Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are very welcome, and in today's video I'm going to be discussing the Aries eclipse, which happens on the full moon on the 8th of April 2024 at 7:20 p.m. UK time. Hello. I'm filming on my phone, so I apologise if I'm not looking directly at you, but I need to look at this because otherwise it gets messy. So YouTube, let's get right into this. I'm really excited about this new moon. It is a very intense energy, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about my own astrology towards the end of the video because it's a great it's a great tool for educational purposes. So yeah, I'll let you into some of my private astrology. Yeah, just if you're interested in learning a bit more. So here we go, let's get into this video. Okay, there is currently a Libra Aries eclipse cycle, and this is, or should I say, Aries Libra eclipse cycle, because the North Node is in Aries at the moment. And this is all about relationships. It's about finding balance and autonomy in relationships and working out where we're going from here. So first of all, let's discuss the new moon. A new moon happens when the sun and the moon appear next to each other in the sky. So the sun doesn't reflect its light onto the moon at the angle which then reflects onto the earth. Of course, the sun, being its glorious self, is always reflecting its light on all of the heavenly bodies all the time, but it's just not visible from Earth right now. And they are both at 19 degrees in Aries. Then we have Chiron joining the sun and the moon at 19 degrees in Aries, and Chiron is about our wounds. It's about healing our wounds and carrying those wounds forward and being okay with the wounds we have, being okay with our triggers and the things we've experienced in life and the baggage which we have. And then we have Mercury, the planet of communication and movement as well, which is currently going into retrograde, and that will be at 24 degrees in Aries. And then we have the North Node, which is our destiny, at 15 degrees in Aries, and Venus right at the bottom at 4 degrees in Aries. So I think what we need to do in this video is discuss what Aries actually means. So here we go. Aries is the youth of the zodiac. It is not the baby of the zodiac, it is the youth of the zodiac. It has a childish innocence. Children are clever beings. I've got a 6-year-old, and they are astute and they are wise. And they are wise because they have not learnt to put limitations on their own ideas. They have not learnt to conform. So Aries does what it wants when it wants because it's listening solely to its internal self. In a way, Aries energy is perfect for manifestation. It's perfect for the law of attraction. Now, some of you out there don't want to manifest during this eclipse season, and that's fine. But what we can do is we can sit in plenty. And here we have these two most important heavenly bodies, the sun and the moon. The sun representing the father of the zodiac, our parents, our fathers. The moon representing the mother of the zodiac, our maternal instincts, our subconscious mind, our needs, wants and desires on our internal, subconscious and emotional level. And then the sun being our soul's expression. So the sun is the thing which we sing and project out into the world and take responsibility for. Now that's the other thing with this father energy, we take responsibility for that soul's expression. And they are here mixing together with this Aries energy and saying, okay, it's time to really figure out what makes you vibrate at a really positive frequency. What makes you feel good? What can you manifest? And it's asking us what we can manifest so that we can address those things that are working. Forget what isn't working. Forget what isn't working. Leave it alone. Let it go. Chiron is about looking at those wounds. It's about looking at what's not working and just passively brushing it aside, because it's not going away. The more you fixate on something that is not working, the more you fixate on, how am I going to get my inner voice to chime with my soul's expression? Guess what? It already is. It already is. There is benevolent positivity within our souls, and your soul will always be pure, and it will always be positive. It will always radiate at an amazingly beautiful frequency by design or evolution or destiny, whatever you want to call it. So Chiron is just saying, look, just sit where you are. Just sit with these feelings, these emotions, and sit with the soul and allow them to come together. Allow them to have peace. Allow them to have unity. Now, just as a little side note, for those of us who have had relationships that have ended, which is many of us in this world today, for those of us who have had parents who have separated, sometimes there's like a little dysfunction in there where we can't really mold these two energies together in complete harmony, because maybe part of us don't really believe that that is possible. But Chiron is saying, look, you have the right to have your inner world and your subconscious mind conjunct, in union, together, in partnership with your soul's expression. They are not separate. And here we have this wide conjunction with Mercury saying, speak your truth. Just go and speak your truth. And the truth that you must speak is one of benevolent positivity. It can't be, these are my wounds, this is my crutch, this is what's happening, because it's not in a sign like Scorpio, which is brooding and deep, or a worry sign like, and a very fixed energy like Taurus. It's in a sign which is youthful and full of possibility and full of hope, which is Aries. Aries are benevolently positive because they never think about being positive. They just do what feels good. They just do what feels right. And with Venus there as well, what we are getting is, do what feels right for me. I want to dress a certain way. My emotions are saying, wear that dress, even though that dress is a bit maybe out there and I might look a bit silly in it. But my soul's expression feels so good when I am in a elf fantasy ball gown that I'm going to wear that, and that's cool. And it is also saying, I come first, and I come first through listening to myself. I'm not listening to you or to the outside world or to my followers or to my colleagues. I'm listening to myself, and what I'm listening to is my soul expressing itself through my emotions. And if my emotions are uncomfortable during this eclipse season, then that is very directly saying, let go. If it's uncomfortable, it's not right. Let go. We're not meant to be uncomfortable. We're here to have a good time. We are here. We are really, really, honestly, we're here to have a good time. So let go. Let go of that energy and do what makes you feel good. That's what this Aries eclipse is teaching us. Now, so often in astrology, we have so much information now on social media and the internet, which is incredibly useful and wonderful that we have this available to us. But we have so much that we tend to just think astrology is just for the now. It's just current. This eclipse is in the moment, it's happening now, and then once it passes, we're onto a new astrology, we're onto a new astrology. But each interaction that we have with everything that we perceive in the universe is an opportunity for us to learn. It's not going away. There's many things I get wrong in my life. I am nowhere near perfect, but they are learning opportunities, and that's what this eclipse is. It's another learning opportunity. So the issue with Mercury here is that it's square to Pluto. And Pluto in Aquarius has just moved into Aquarius, and it's going to be in Aquarius for a long time. And Pluto is about letting go of toxicity. It rules mycelium, it rules mushrooms, it rules karma. So it's saying what you reap now is what you are going to sow in the future. You need to get your vibrations on point. Not for my benefit, not for anyone else's benefit, not for Pluto's benefit, but for your benefit. And the way you do that is by finding joy and soul's expression with what you want to do and when you want to do it. That's it. That's all it is. It's not about anyone else. It's about you and how you want to do it. And that Pluto hard edge is like, look, this is important, the way you communicate with the world. And you need to consider how you communicate with the world. So it's a really bad idea to get involved with trolling, text debates, online stuff. It's a really bad idea to, express what you think is your soul's expression when actually it's an affront or an anger or, a displaced emotion, a displaced subconscious element. Find that alignment, bring back that alignment about what you love and what you do that makes you happy. And this is specifically for relationships, especially if you're in the UK, because our ascendant is Libra and it's going to be in the 7th house. So if you are in, I think, Belgium or the UK or anywhere along that time zone, this is going to be really interesting for you, I think. Really interesting energy. So here we also have an interesting interaction between the two malefic planets of Saturn and Mars, and the benevolent planet of Jupiter and the expansive chaotic planet of Uranus. So let's talk about Jupiter and Uranus first of all. So Jupiter and Uranus are in Taurus, and Jupiter is about benevolence, it's about expansion, and it doesn't really have any breaks. So if any of you have Sagittarius placements or know any Sagittarians, or indeed Pisceans, they don't know when to stop. Like they have trouble putting the brakes on their energy, and it is because Jupiter just wants to give and give and give and give. However, Jupiter is enormously beneficial and benevolent, but here with the sextile with Saturn and Mars, Saturn rules time. And without Saturn, we wouldn't have the linear elements of understanding time and perceiving time in the way we do. Time would be all over the place and it would be too loose, and we need Saturn to constrain us. We need Saturn to bring us down into some sort of gravity, and that is why it's known as a challenging planet, because it can put the brakes on planets like Jupiter and say, whoa, slow down. I'm not going to give you all this benevolence immediately. You have to do the work first. Mars is the planet of drive and direction, and Mars is also saying, slow down. I'm in Pisces right now, and Mars in Pisces, I have my Mars in Pisces conjunct my Venus, and although it's meant to be in detriment, which means it doesn't have enough tools or enjoy being there, I really like Mars in Pisces, because Mars in Pisces is about the happening. It's about sitting down on a beanbag, it's about listening to your music, it's about creating art, it's about dancing and being in the watery vibe of Pisces. And Jupiter in Taurus is like, let's make money, let's get to work, let's take action, let's make this happen, let's get material gains, boom, 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 boom. And Uranus conjunct Jupiter is the same energy. It's like, let's be spontaneous, let's expand, let's spend money, let's indulge in luxuries, let's start this crazy new business that we haven't planned for, and let's invest loads of things in it, let's make big dramatic shifts and changes and invest in technology. And Mars is going, if it feels right, do it, but you know, let's just sit back and see, okay? Let's not go too guns blazing on it. Let's sit back and see. And Saturn is also saying, well, that's great and that's gonna happen, all of that stuff is gonna happen for you, but it's gonna take time, and the only way to do that is to work hard. You gotta work hard at it. And if you work hard at it and you work consistently at it, this is where Mars is coming in as well, because Mars is kind of lazy in Pisces. But if you do manage to sort of drum that Mars up and, you know, look at the bigger picture, the wider picture, then you can make really good investments. You can take really good action on material gains, on what you want to expand on at this time. And fundamentally, for most of us, what we need to be expanding on truly during this eclipse season and during April is our creativity. We've got Mercury retrograde in April in Aries, so let's just invest in what makes us feel joy and abundance. And guess what? Mars is going to go, well, yeah, let's have this happening, because your vibe is right, your soul's expression is calling out, you're resonating at a positive frequency. Let's make this happen. And I really like this energy. The thing that I would look out for, and it's really the only thing that I would truly look out for here, is speaking what you think is your truth when actually it's some karma that you're playing out from the past. So if you are currently feuding with family members, or you are having difficulties in your intimate relationships, or even your business partnerships, it's not a good time to try and communicate that in a way which is going to effectively change it. Focusing on the problem is going to create a bigger problem. Focusing on what you want to do and what makes you feel good and what works is the solution. You will never get anywhere by focusing on the problem. You will only ever get somewhere by focusing on the solution. If you don't have the solution and you don't have the tools to find the solution, focus on how it feels. Focus on what feels good. Turn your attention to something that feels good. I also believe that Mars conjunct Saturn in Pisces is also saying to us, okay, what do you want to learn? What do you really want to learn? And how long is that going to take you? Or rather, how much effort are you willing to put in every day to make that a reality? So I'm currently learning guitar, and I pick it up every year, okay? I pick it up every year, and it kind of drops off as my season gets busy in summer, but I'm making little bits of progress with it all the time. And it doesn't matter. I have no end goal for that. Like, I'm going to be learning the guitar the whole of my life, and now I have one and I'm picking it up and I'm playing it. It's never going to stop. So it doesn't have to have an end goal, but it has to have service. You have to be in service to something. And this Jupiterian energy here is also saying, like, you have to make daily gratification, you have to make daily prayer, you have to make daily use of the benevolence that you're being shown and given to the universe by switching your attention to something positive. And I like it. I like it for us all. So I did say to you that I would give you a little bit of a conversation about my astrology. So I have got Aries, so I've got my charts. I'll just pull my chart up. So I've got Aries in my 7th house. I'm Libra ascendant, because, you know, how, in case you didn't know, I'm complete airhead. Not all Libras are airheads, but I am definitely an airhead. So my ascendant is at 13 degrees, so it is pretty much in opposition to this eclipse, which is happening on the 8th of April. So I'm excited for this energy because it's an interesting energy going on for me. And if you do have any Libra or Aries placements, this is going to be hitting you pretty intensely. And the thing that I would say, and again, I've said it all video, is like, do what makes you feel good. Don't focus on the wounds. Don't focus on what feels bad. Focus on what feels right. And what feels right is the thing that we have no attachment to. You know, having your morning coffee, you don't think after you've had your morning coffee, which is a regular thing for most of us, right? A morning drink. We don't feel guilty about having a drink. We don't feel uncomfortable about having a drink. We just think, this is what I do and this is what I enjoy doing and it feels great. And then we leave and then it's gone. It's gone. Like, how many times have we thought about the morning coffee throughout the day? Probably not at all. At least, you know, maybe if something's happened while you were drinking it, but not the actual coffee. Like, if the coffee's sound, you drink it and you never think about the coffee again. And that's what this energy needs to be. It needs to be like, that's what that's the purity of when something is right. You do it and there's no attachment to it. You do it, it feels right, there's no attachment to it. And that's what this moon's teaching us. This is not a fleeting of the moment thing. This is an opportunity to learn, as all astrology is. What feels good, what doesn't feel attached. That's what I'm meant to be doing right now. So I hope that helps. I hope that that's useful to you. I'm going to be recording some videos now on the Venus placements, and I've wanted to do this for ages, and I'm going to start making a load of these videos because they're really good fun, and it's important for us all to learn and understand our astrology because it's an extra layer to our understanding of humanity and our understanding of us as beings representative in the microcosm to the metaverse and all this energy that's happening and unfolding in the universe. And I dig it, and I hope you do too. If you want to book a reading with me, you are more than welcome to do so. If you want to book a tarot reading with me or anything else, check the descriptions below. Please follow me over on hex_tarot on Instagram. It really helps me to grow my community and helps us to work together to create a better world and space for us all. My tiny drop in the ocean of this field of work and in the universe is hopefully a space of positivity and realness, and yeah, come join me on that journey, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.